I have been waiting for so long to film this video. Okay. Hi friends, hello, hi, how are you? I hope you guys are having an amazing day today. First of all, hello. I've been gone for like a week now. I haven't posted anything in like a week. I talked to Digital Tuesday about maybe needing some time off, and I decided to just take that. I've been really just exhausted with everything, and it was getting to a point where YouTube like wasn't fun for me for a minute, and I didn't like that because this is kind of my like hobby. This is where I go to have fun, and I wasn't having fun creating videos. It was I felt a lot of pressure, all of these things. So I took a break. During that break, I hit 25,000 subscribers. Thank you. That was really exciting. And I am doing a giveaway. So this is more for like, I'm not gonna put it in the title. I really want like a glow stick. Thanks, Nisa, to win this giveaway, but I am giving away, this is mine, I just bought this, but I did buy a second Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and I'm gonna be doing a giveaway with that, and that will close next Wednesday, so I believe that will be like June 5th. So on June 5th, that will be closed, but I am giving away one of the Urban Decay Born to Run palettes. All you have to do is like this video, be subscribed, obviously, and comment down below. That's it. So that's happening. Thank you for 25,000. A lot of exciting things are happening, and if I title the video what I think I'm titling this video, you also know that I am buying a house. So I'm going to do my makeup and get ready and explain to you guys the house situation, because it's not as simple as just buying a house. There's a lot to it that I want to explain to you guys, but I'm just gonna get started, get ready, kind of talk to you guys, update you on all the things I haven't been able to tell you since like end of January, beginning of February. I haven't been able to talk about this. So let's get started. So I'm buying a house. Pretty crazy. Charles and I have been dating now for pretty much, I think we're about to be 3 years. So we've been dating a while, and we've been living together for pretty much as long as we've been dating, but we've officially like signed a lease together last year, and we've been living in this apartment now for a year and like 3 months. We've been in this apartment and we love it here. But our end game was always going to be to buy a house one day. We've always wanted to be homeowners. We think it's really cool to be a homeowner, and we always wanted to do that, but we thought it was going to be about, we honestly thought it was probably going to be about 6 or 7 years down the line before we would be able to buy a house, because Charles has a lot of student loans, and he's going to be a teacher and I'm going to be a social worker, so we're not exactly breaking it in. So we kind of figured that we were going to be in this apartment for like 4 years, and then we were going to be able to maybe start looking at houses when we were both working full-time. A few months ago, at the beginning of, it was either the end of January, beginning of February, Charles's mom called us. For those of you that don't know, one of Charles's family members, his stepdad's dad, so his step-grandpa, passed away in January, and it was really hard. It was really unexpected, and we were in New York City when it happened, and it was just really sad. Overall, it's been really hard for like that whole side of the family and for us, because it's a sad thing. But what we didn't know, I'm using the new Juvia's Place foundations and concealer. I've been loving this stuff. It is small. Like, this is the concealer, which is pretty big, and it's about the same size as the foundation. Like, the foundation is smaller, but it still has 1 fluid ounce, and you need a tiny little dollop. Like, don't put more than a little dollop. Like, that's how much I use, and that's probably too much. And shortly after that, we got a call from Charles's mom basically saying he owned property in Rochester, where we live. He owned 2 houses that we didn't really know about. The second one, he owned his house that he lived in. He owned it outright. He also owned another house that his parents, so my boyfriend's stepdad's grandparents, lived in this house. And when they passed away back in the 80s, nobody had lived in this house basically since the 80s, but it's still been in the family. It's kind of just been sitting there, and nobody has been using it. So they called us with this proposition. Charles's stepdad, who is one of the nicest people I've ever met. He's such a good guy. He really wants to keep this house in the family, and he said that it needed a lot of work, because this is so light on me right now because I went to the beach yesterday and I got really tan. Oh, okay. gonna blend this out and put on some bronzer. Stat. He wanted to have someone who could actually use it and would need it. And he knows that because of Charles's student loans and just our financial status, it would have been really hard for us to get a house so quickly. We would have kind of not been able to do this without this. So they made us a deal, and we really didn't refuse it at all. We were like, hell yeah. They basically made us a deal. The house needs renovations. So that's what we've been doing the past 5 months. We have been doing work on this house. That's what I've been doing every weekend while I was in school. That's what I've been doing all the time. It's one of the reasons I've had a hard time posting, because if you don't know, renovating and like kind of flipping a house is a huge endeavor, bigger than I even knew. They basically said they are going to be giving us a loan. Well, this has happened. So they gave us a loan, and they said you only have to pay back the repairs that you put into the house, and then you own the house. So we are going to end up paying probably somewhere between, I think it's going to end up, we thought initially it might be about $25,000 to $30,000. We needed a lot more than we thought to make the house really livable, just because nobody's lived in it since the 80s. It's a very old house. So it ended up, it's probably going to be closer to 40 to like 50,000 that we're going to owe, and we're going to pay that back over the course of the next 5 or 6 years. And we're basically paying them back on the repairs like a mortgage. So every month our mortgage payment is back to them for the house, which is super, super, so generous of them to like do for us. And that's what we've been doing. We've been, I mean, the thing when we got into the house, I have like before pictures. So when the house is done, I'm going to do a whole video about the before and after of the house, because it wasn't in horrible shape considering nobody had lived in it so long, but it was not in good shape necessarily. It needed a lot of work. And we've done that. I mean, the bathroom and the kitchen had to basically be completely redone. And right now, as I'm filming this, the bathroom is almost done. All we need left is to add in a new toilet and a new sink and a floor. But we just got our brand new shower put in a couple days ago. And there was like a closet, and we had to get that shortened. And we're starting the kitchen process, I believe, next week. And if everything goes well with that, we could very easily be moving into this house in August, which is crazy because beginning of the year, I thought I was going to be in this apartment for the next 5 years. So we're basically doing all that. Some other big things that needed to be done was it did need a new roof, which is expensive, obviously. It needed a new roof. We completely redid the heating and AC unit. So it had AC because it didn't have air conditioning. And I'm the type of person that really needs that. It also needed a new hot water heater, a new furnace. The kitchen and the bathroom are obviously the biggest expenses, but everything needs new paint. The paint is kind of like chipping off of the walls. It's a project, you know? And we've been trying to cut costs where we can by having like my dad do stuff. And Rich is he built an entire second floor of his home. So he's very good with this stuff. And he and Charles's mom have just been a really fantastic guide for us, because not only have we never like owned a home, so we don't really know what we're doing, but we don't even know, like we're basically designing this home from scratch. Like we can do whatever we want to do. So when it came to like picking even like paint colors and stuff, it's been kind of scary because we don't want to screw it up. We really want this house to be something, you know, we're going to live here for the next 5 years. And so the plan basically is, so we pay off this house and then we own it. And we can do one of two things. We're definitely leaning towards the second option, but the first option would be we could sell the house. It's worth, now that we've put the work into it, I mean, it's worth a lot more than it was before. So we could sell the house and basically use all of the money from the house as a down payment on a nicer, like bigger house for us. Because this is definitely like a starter home. This isn't like our forever home. This is like not the home we're gonna live in forever. It's more of just the home that is gonna kind of get us started. The option we're more leaning towards though is keeping it as a rental. We really like the idea of owning property because property has so much value, and because of the location of the house, there's a lot of colleges nearby where college students could be renting. It's also a pretty nice neighborhood. There's not a lot of crime. There's not a lot of, you know, bad things happening there. It's a relatively safe neighborhood. So what we really would like to do is once we pay it off, live in it mortgage free for a year or two and save up for a down payment on a home that we love and is our like dream home. And that's kind of the plan. So we have like a 10-year plan now, which being 24 is a little crazy to wrap your head around. We are just really excited that we've been given this amazing opportunity to kind of give us like a bounce board into eventually having like a dream home, because I don't think that would have happened without this, at least not for a really long time. And also just being a homeowner is exciting. We're both pretty young. Charles is a little bit older than me. He's gonna turn 27 in August. So he's a little bit older, but I mean, he's starting his first adult job. He's gonna get his first real like adult car soon. Like we're buying a house. Like all of these really exciting things are happening, and it's just really been fun. Now it's also been a source of stress. So if any of you have ever renovated anything, much less a whole house, you'll know it's a lot more expensive. Everything's more expensive than you think it's gonna be. If you and your partner are not always on the same aesthetic page, it can be difficult, which has led to a couple of fights with me and Charles just about like aesthetics, because I'm very aesthetic, but Charles has to kind of keep reminding me like, okay, because we don't want to take up more than we need for this loan. Like we really don't want to. We want to take out the minimum, you know what I mean? But in my head, I'm like, well, if we're keeping it as a rental, wouldn't we rather spend a little bit more to have stuff last longer so we don't have to just immediately replace it when we start putting tenants in? And Charles's kind of mindset is only up the resale value so much. Because of the neighborhood it's in and everything, we can only up the resale value so much for it to be like worth it. So we're kind of like grappling between that fine line, but I think we are finding some middle ground, and I think we are working together pretty well. Once we kind of came to the well, it's more of a me. Once I kind of came to the realization that this is not my dream home, and that I've now been promised that for my dream home, we can do what I want. Now that that's been happening, I felt a lot better about the choices we're making with the house, because I think we're making smart decisions. So we're investing in things like a new furnace versus like a new fence that would aesthetically look nicer, but like our fence now is completely fine. We're getting a dog. I feel like this video is just like all the things that I wanted to talk about for the past like I'm not getting every tutorial Tuesday. It has pained me to not talk about this stuff because all of this stuff has been happening and I'm like, I want to tell everyone. So I'm getting a dog. We're getting a dog when we move in. We're getting a Whippet, which we know they have a lot of energy. You don't have to tell us. We've done a lot of research into what dogs we want. We're hoping to get a rescue of some kind. That's kind of like my dream. And that's very exciting because I really love, I mean, getting a dog is gonna be like the coolest thing ever. Especially because I'm gonna be home a lot more than he is because I'm still gonna be in school. So next semester, next year, this whole next year basically is just going to be 2 days a week. I have an internship and I have 2 actual classes. And other than that, I'm home all the time in this new home that I'm gonna have, I'm gonna decorate. So it's I kind of want the dog quicker than he does, but that's only because I don't want to just be alone in the house by myself all the time. I think if I have a dog there, I'll hear a noise and I won't think it's a murderer. I'll be like, oh, it's just the dog, you know, because that's kind of a concern for me. What else? It is a 3-bedroom, which is nice, but they are smaller bedrooms. The house itself is smaller. It's not like, this is not like a mansion. This is not like a YouTuber mansion. Like, this is not anything like that. It's a smaller house, but I really truly think it's so cute and I'm so proud of it. And like, it's like, I can't wait to do like a house tour so I can show you guys what it looks like and everything and show you guys just the progress we've made on it. The second I walked in, all I could think about was how much potential it truly has. Yeah, it has a 3-bedroom, so I am gonna have an office there that is not gonna have a bed in it, which I'm so excited about. I'm so excited to get this freaking bed out of my space. This is gonna be in the guest bedroom, and I'm gonna have a set office place. I have it all designed in my head. I've taken measurements. I've figured out exactly what's going to happen with it. The only problem with the house, the biggest problem for me, number 1 was they didn't have air conditioning, which we fixed. Number 2, closet space. There's not a lot. People in the 80s, I guess, didn't have as many clothes as I do now. So having to find sort of external closet solutions has been like a fun challenge though. Like I'm the type of person, this is kind of like my dream. I live and love interior design. And so it's kind of been a fun thing for me to plan the rooms and plan where we're gonna put things and plan what furniture. We're gonna keep a lot of the same furniture that we have now. And this has actually been perfect timing for this to happen because my parents are essentially, I mean, they pretty much got rid of everything they owned. My parents recently sold my childhood home that I grew up in. I lived there from the time I was 10 till I moved out when I was 20, and they just sold it. And they actually just closed on the house a couple days ago. They're out of it now. And so they were getting rid of essentially all of their furniture. So we got a beautiful, my childhood dining room table that I'm just in love with. I had to fight everyone else in the family for this dining room table because everybody wanted it. And I was like, this is mine. I have a home, so this is mine. And I really fought for that table. Even the people buying the house wanted the table. Like the people who bought the house from them were like, oh, we'll give you an extra money if you like throw in the table. And my parents were like, unfortunately we would, but our youngest is insane and if we give it away, she'll kill us. So I was really fought for this table and we got it. And I love the table. I think it's gonna look beautiful in this space. It's a beautiful dining room table. And we got a TV stand from them and a new couch. The only thing that stinks is we need a new couch really bad. We've only ever really had hand-me-down couches. So because of that, I want to get a new couch, but we want to wait until after we have the dog for at least a year or two. So she's not a puppy anymore. So the living room is going to look a little weird until we can get like a sectional, but we're going to wait till the dog's more grown up so she doesn't just chew up the new couch, because that actually is a concern. I would be kind of upset if we bought like this brand new couch and she just chewed it up right away. We're waiting, so the living room I think is going to look a little strange until we get all that figured out. But overall, I mean, it's been really fun and just really exciting plan and talk about, and everyone has been really supportive, which has been really nice. My dad, my dad has like a YouTube channel. He has, I can't believe I'm telling you guys this, but he has been begging me for a shout out, so here it is, Podge. He has a channel where he does like woodworking, but he also does like other like homey stuff. Just go watch it. Like, you can go check it out. I'll put a link in the description. You guys can go check out my dad. He will greatly appreciate it. He has been a massive help with the house, helping to get everything done. He's going to be doing our kitchen floors and our bathroom floors, which is saving us a lot of time and money. And he's also just been helping me like kind of figure out the whole process. My dad is really creative when it comes to stuff like this. So he's been really helpful in the creative portion of everything, where he's like, hey, you should do this, or like you could do this, or he kind of shows me options for this space that I wouldn't have thought of. Like for the kitchen, we're gonna do a chopping block built into our countertop because Charles loves cooking and loves doing all of that stuff, and he's gonna be doing a lot more of that now that we have our kitchen is so much bigger at this house. It's so nice. And we're designing it from scratch. So we've got to custom design it for the stuff that we have, which is one of the best things ever. Like we're specifically making an entire upper cabinet and a little shelving thing just for like our Keurig and our coffee pot and all of our mugs, so I can continue to buy more mugs and not feel guilty about space. We're doing a lot of things that are custom to us, which I think is really cool about buying a house. I think that's like a cool aspect of it. To be perfectly honest, without all of this, I mean, I would have gotten like a different job or whatever, and this still I don't consider a job, but this money has been really nice. Like, honestly, thank you to you guys, I guess, because this is like kind of an awkward thing to talk about. I feel like money is always awkward. But because I've been getting this kind of supplementary income from YouTube, and because I've been given, you know, the blessing of having you guys as subscribers and, you know, having some videos do really well and everything, I mean, it's been a huge help in considering saying yes to something like this, because it is a supplementary income that's going to help us a lot when it comes to the house, which is really nice. To be able next semester to purely focus on my internship and on my club coursework instead of having to worry about like working a part-time job like a lot of college kids do. Not that I do kind of consider this like, it's a weird thing because this is somewhat of a part-time job, but this is also like what I love to do and I don't force myself to do it if it's like not fun. But I would be lying if I said the money didn't help make it easier for me not to have to work like a real job, you know what I mean? Like, this is kind of like something I get to do for fun that I also get paid for. And so without you guys, like, this also wouldn't have been as big of a thing. So I appreciate you guys so much for allowing me to create content that I love creating, and also has given me the chance to do something like this and not be as nervous, I guess. Not be as nervous about income and stuff like that. It's been a little bit scary. It was scary before I started YouTube, really. It was scary because Charles was always going to start working 2 years before I was. And I never wanted him to feel like I wouldn't work, you know what I mean? But it is easier when you're in college if you don't have to. And his plan was to kind of just like take care of us with his salary, which is so generous of him. But it's really nice that like he doesn't have to do that now, and I can at least contribute in my own way, you know? And that wouldn't be a possibility without all 25,000 of you. So I really do appreciate everything that you guys have done for me. I don't want to get emotional, but like that's why I've been dying to tell you guys too, because I feel like this is something that like is such a, like if you have been following me for a while, or even if you just started following me, like I think I try to be really honest with you guys and not being able to tell you, oh, the reason I haven't been able to tell you. So here's the tea. So this might also all fall apart. It's not going to, but there is like a 0.001% chance that this falls through. The reason being, when my boyfriend's stepdad's grandparents lived in this house in the 80s and they passed away, my boyfriend's stepdad's dad never got the house put in his name. So what that means is that the house, now that his dad is gone, my boyfriend's stepdad has to prove 2 generations of deaths, prove there are no other rightful owners to the house, and we can't find the will anywhere for his dad. The house has basically been in 2 people's names who died in the 80s. And the reason I was waiting to tell you guys about all of this was because we were waiting for all of that to get figured out. It is now looking like we are going to be living in the house before that gets figured out. That's how unconcerned everyone kind of is about the situation. We know it's going to get figured out, but legal proceedings can sometimes take a minute. So that's kind of why we were waiting to tell you guys. And then the other day to Charles, I was like, I can't just start filming in a new location and they have no idea like what happened. Like I can't do that. And he was like, okay, like you can tell everyone, but you gotta like be prepared if it like falls through. And I'm like, yeah, I know. So I'm telling you guys this now, but like it's not going to. We're pretty confident. We've already put a lot of money into this, and a lot of time. And that's not something anyone would have done if we had thought even for a second we weren't going to be able to figure this out. So that's what I was waiting on, and that still hasn't happened. That's like the one legality we got to figure out. We figured out like gas and electric, we figured all the other logistics out, so that's the one logistic we have to kind of tie up. But either way, our lease is up now in September for this apartment, so we're going somewhere, because we got a 6-month lease when we found out about this. It was right when we were re-signing. We decided to go with the 6 months so that way we could move in if it was ready, and it's gonna be ready, which is really exciting. We're hoping to move in August because Charles starts his teaching job in September, and we also have a wedding to go to in Texas in September. So we'd like to have everything sort of figured out before all of that, so that way, because I mean no teacher wants to also move their house their first month of teaching ever, you know? So we're trying to hopefully aim for an early to mid-August move-in. That's kind of what's happening in my life. That's the secret that I've been waiting to tell you guys. We bought a house. We're buying a house. We're gonna be homeowners. It's very exciting. It's a really exciting thing. Again, I'm sorry I like took a break and ghosted for like a week. I know a week is not even that long, and most of you probably didn't even notice. But I do pride myself on being consistent, and for my new followers, because I have gained a bunch of new people, no, this is not normal. I normally don't just take a week off. I normally am very consistent, but I did need that time for me. So now it's gonna be pretty consistent from here on out, I'm hoping, as long as, I mean, once we're settled in the house, things are gonna get a lot better. But I think for right now, I'm gonna try to post 4 to 5 times a week, just really keep that up. And yeah, I'm really excited for this, and I really hope you guys are excited for me, and I really can't wait to, like, I've been vlogging little bits of it, so I might post like a house vlog soon so you guys can see the progress we've made on everything. I'm really excited about all of this, like I really am. I can't wait to like get this whole thing started and start this new chapter and everything. And thank you guys for, number one, getting me to 25,000, which is freaking crazy. And number two, just for being amazing and supportive. and allowing me to even remotely do this. It's crazy. So yeah, thank you so much. If you want to enter the giveaway for the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, again, all you have to do is be subscribed, like this video, and comment, and the giveaway will be closing on June 5th. And I believe that's everything. That is my secret. I don't know how to end this video because I feel weird, but I just really want to cry. I'm so excited I can finally talk about this with you guys. And yeah. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, my social media, and everything I'm wearing on my face will be linked down below. And yeah, I love you guys so, so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!